Hey SAS fam, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Chrissy and I am the owner of Sugar and Spice Glitter Co. 3 weeks ago, I put out a video tutorial and review on the Flo Crafter Pen and pencil. Today, we are going to be working on the Sublimation pens. I'm so excited with how these turned out. I've been wanting to do this video for a while and I wasn't really sure how I was gonna get the images sublimated on these pens. I've played around with the idea of purchasing an oven or purchasing a pen press, but I didn't really want to spend the extra money on a new machine that I honestly don't even have the space for. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you guys how to create sublimation pens using a regular heat press. There is some trial and error to this, so it may take you a couple of times to get these down packed, but it is definitely worth the practice. So if you're excited to see how I created these beautiful sublimation pens, let's go ahead and dive right on in. So I did press a few pens that didn't come out perfect, but like I said in the beginning, this is definitely going to take some trial and error when it comes to timing, pressure, and all of that stuff. But we're gonna be working with these pens and I'm super excited because they finally came out good enough to where I was able to feel safe to share this process with you guys. So I purchased these images on Etsy. They are sublimatable pen wrap images and I just printed them out with my Epson sublimation printer and I'm just cutting them out and then I'm going to trim them to size. I have a couple of images here and we're going to be using these on different kinds of sublimation pens. Again, if you watch my video from 3 weeks ago where I showed you guys the different types, you're going to see me using them in this video today. So those 3 different types are the regular white sublimation, the iridescent sublimation, and the glow-in-the-dark sublimation. In the pack that I received, we also do have the stainless steel sublimation ones, but I really like the other ones better, so I went with those instead. All right, so I just went ahead and skipped on forward to having the images all cut out. Here's where I'm showing you the 3 different kinds of sublimation chambers that we're gonna be using, which again is the white sublimation, iridescent white sublimation, and the glow-in-the-dark sublimation. And I'm basically going to just be using 2 of each. So now that I have my pens out, I'm just choosing which images are gonna go on which pens. And I'm going to begin by taking those images and wrapping the pen chamber manually just to see if there's any extra that I need to trim. Once we got it down to the size that we need, we're gonna go ahead and just wrap our pen and then we're gonna secure that using a heat-resistant sublimation tape. So I usually like to start in the middle like I do with my tumblers, and it is a little bit hard to get that on there nice and tight just because the chamber is kind of small, but just do your best and work slowly and get it as tight as you can. If you don't have the image tight enough when you press, if there's any movement or any air in between, you will get ghosting, so keep that in mind. Just like you do with your sublimatable tumblers, you want to make sure that you have your image on there as tight as possible. We're gonna go through and wrap all of the chambers that we have, and we have 6 in total right now. So 2 plain white sublimation, 2 iridescent, and 2 glow in the dark. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap them all and make sure they're nice and tight, or as tight as I can get them. And then we're gonna press them all at the same time as well. So here we're working on the last chamber that we need to wrap, and once we're done wrapping that, making sure they're all nice and tight, we're going to move on over to the heat press. Okay, so for my heat press, I set it at 390 degrees for 60-second intervals. Once our heat press is nice and warm, we're going to put all of the chambers down in the center of the heat press, and we're going to close the clamp, but not close it all the way. We're just going to hold it and apply firm pressure. In between each 60-second cycle, you're going to open the clamp and just slightly rotate each chamber, and then you're going to close it down and apply firm pressure again for 60 seconds. We're going to do this 5 times. Make sure you do not clamp the heat press all the way down. You want to hold it with your hands and give it firm pressure, but do not clamp down on the heat press because you will flatten your chambers. Once you've done this for 5 cycles and you've rotated enough to where you feel like you've heated the entire chamber all the way around, you can go ahead and remove your chambers from the heat press and begin removing your sublimation wraps. We're going to remove our wraps by taking an X-Acto knife and trimming right along that seam where both sides of the papers meet. You want to make sure that you cut through the tape without scratching underneath, so definitely be careful with how much pressure you are applying to your chambers because you can scratch the surface. Once you've removed your wrapping, you can go ahead and see what we got here. And I love how this first wrap turned out. This is our Potion fresh from Salem pen. And check her out. She is so pretty. I love how vibrant the purple is on her. Next up, we have our Witch's Brew made local in Salem with the drip on the top, and I absolutely love this one. This one actually glows in the dark, so stay tuned at the end because I'm going to show you guys what our glow-in-the-dark pens look like. So freaking pretty. This next one is our iridescent finish pens, and oh my gosh, I love them. I think this finish is my favorite, and I love the pastel image that I found on Etsy. So definitely check out the link in the description down below because I will have these images linked. So this one with the skulls also glows in the dark, which you will see at the end of this video. Next up, we have our Salem Witch's Brew with the black ombre. I love this one too. I love them all. They all turned out super pretty. Now I have all these pens and maybe I should do something with them. So if you guys want a little giveaway for these pens, let me know in the comment section down below. Speaking of giveaways, you guys, we just hit 30,000 followers on Instagram. I am so shook. I cannot believe it. But we are going to be having a 30K giveaway over there. So if you're not following me on my Instagram, check out the details in the description down below so you can go ahead and follow me. I probably should add some of these pens in there too. But this package for this giveaway for 30K, it's going to be big. We're going to have a lot of stuff in there. So definitely check it out. Anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying this video. We're going to go ahead and just put these chambers back on our pens and complete the tutorial. Let me know in the comment section down below. Now I'm just taking the packages and I'm going to switch out the chambers. We're going to complete the pens. We're going to put them together and I'm going to fast forward really quick so you guys can see what the pens look like on completed. On there. You see how easy it is? Just switch out the chambers. I showed you that in my last video. Again, you can check it out if you missed it. So we're just gonna quickly fast forward through this. Now you can see what the pens look like once they're completely done. I love them. They're so cute. I hope you guys love them too. This next clip coming up, I'm going to show you guys how the pens look, the ones that are glowing in the dark, and just check out that glow. I mean, it's literally midnight here and I took them into my bathroom and they're glowing. I didn't even expose them to the sun. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a big thumbs up if you did. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. We release videos every single Sunday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here and I will see you in my next video.